Feeling like you're buried under a mountain of debt? Well, if you're ready to swap all that stress for an actual, clear plan to get back in control, you have come to the right place. We're going to break down a simple, 4-phase action plan to get you there. You know that feeling of being completely overwhelmed by your debt? Let's just acknowledge that for a second. It's real, it's super common, and man, is it stressful. But here's the thing, it does not have to be your forever. So what's the way out? It's having a clear, manageable action plan. We're going to walk you through 4 simple phases, all designed to turn that chaos into calm, into control. So let's dive right in. Okay, phase 1. This is all about building your foundation. Think about it. You can't fight an enemy you can't see, right? So the very first, and honestly the most crucial step, is to get a crystal clear picture of what's really going on with your money.
And this is your first task, the debt audit. Now, I know it looks simple, but trust me, this is so powerful. You're going to list out every single debt, who you owe, how much, the interest rate, and that minimum payment. And just by doing this one thing, you take all that vague, heavy worry and turn it into a concrete, manageable list. It's not some monster hiding in the dark anymore. It's just numbers on a page that you can actually tackle.
All right, next up is a step that might feel, well, a little weird. We're going to build a small emergency fund before we get super aggressive with the debt. Now, this isn't about delaying things. Think of it as your safety net. It's what's going to stop a flat tire or a surprise bill from derailing your whole plan and forcing you right back into debt.
And the last piece at this foundation phase is crucial. We have to stop digging the hole, right? No more. These 2 actions are things you can do right now. First, delete all your saved credit card info from those online shopping sites. That little bit of friction makes a huge difference. Second, switch to a debit card-only lifestyle for your day-to-day spending. It's simple. You can only spend the money you actually have.
Okay, we're moving into phase 2. It's time to talk strategy. Now that you have that clarity, it's time to pick your plan of attack. There are 2 really solid ways to do this. And here's the secret. The best one isn't really about the math. It's all about what's going to work for your brain and keep you motivated.
So here they are, your 2 choices. First, you've got the debt snowball. This one is all about feeling good and getting those quick wins. You tackle the smallest debt first. Boom! That quick victory gives you the momentum to keep going. Then there's the debt avalanche. This one is for the math lovers. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. It will save you the most money in interest over the long haul. And this really gets to the heart of it. There is no wrong answer. Seriously. Whether you're someone who gets fired up by those quick wins, or you're motivated by knowing you're being as efficient as possible, the most effective plan is the one you will actually stick to.
All right, let's kick it up a notch. We're on to phase 3, acceleration. You've got your foundation, you've got your strategy. Now it's time to pour some gasoline on the fire and really make your money work harder for you. And we do that by attacking the real enemy here, interest.
And just look at this. This shows you why this is such a game changer. Imagine you've got credit card debt at like a soul-crushing 38% interest rate. Ouch. But if you can get a consolidation loan, you might be able to drop that all the way down to 14%. That is a massive difference. It means so much more of every single payment you make is actually hitting the debt itself instead of just disappearing into the bank's pocket as interest. And hey, consolidation isn't the only tool in the shed. You could look into a balance transfer, where you move your high-interest debt to a new card with a 0% introductory rate. That gives you a window of time where you're not fighting interest at all. Or, you know what? You can just pick up the phone and call your bank. Ask for a lower rate. You'd be amazed at what they might say yes to. The worst they can say is no, so don't be afraid to ask. And that brings us to our final phase, phase 4, fuel. Because every plan, no matter how good it is, needs fuel to run. For our debt repayment engine, that fuel is extra cash. So now we're going to go find it. One of the simplest ways to find more cash is to tweak your budget, just for a little while. You've probably heard of the 50-30-20 rule, right? Well, for this debt payoff season, what if we flip those last 2? We shrink the wants category down to 20%, and we beef up the debt and savings payment to 30%. Just like that, you've instantly freed up a powerful chunk of your income that can go straight to knocking down that debt. And it's not just about your budget. Here's a super simple rule. Anytime you get found money, like a work bonus, a tax refund, a cash gift, 100% of it goes straight to your #1 debt priority. No questions asked. You can also get creative. Sell some stuff you don't use anymore online, or maybe pick up a few hours of freelance work a week. Every single extra repeat you find will supercharge your progress. So there you have it.
That's the roadmap. But the most important part of any map is actually taking that first step, right? So the goal right now is to go from just listening to this to actually doing something.
Let's just recap the journey real quick. It all starts with clarity, doing that debt audit. Then you pick your strategy. Are you Team Snowball or Team Avalanche? Next, you accelerate your progress by crushing those interest rates. And finally, you find the fuel, that extra cash, to make it all happen faster. See? It's a logical, powerful path from A to B.
So let's land the plane with this final thought. Please, don't try to do all of this at once. That's a recipe for burnout. Just focus on today, right now. Looking at everything we just talked about, what is the one single, smallest thing you can do today to get started? That's it. That's your first step.